Right, the Biden administration is adding new conditions to how companies will receive funding through the historic CHIPS Act.
That's right. It's part of the president's efforts to change the way major corporations conduct business here in the United States. The $280 billion CHIPS and Science Act aims to boost semiconductor manufacturing and scientific research nationwide. It also provides subsidies and tax credits to corporations to boost domestic chip production. The White House is now requiring that these companies provide a plan on how the construction team and facility workers will access childcare in order to tap into the funding.
White House Infrastructure Coordinator Mitch Landrieu joins us now to talk about this. We appreciate you being with us on CBS News today. We know the administration is rolling out some of the highly anticipated CHIPS Act money this week. How will that work, and how does the administration hope it will be a model for other priorities moving forward?
Well, the big point of the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, and the infrastructure bill, which I'm part of overseeing, is to create manufacturing jobs, high-paying jobs in the United States of America, and for us to use products that are made in America with American workers so that we can be the masters of our own destiny. So this CHIPS bill is a critically important component to making sure that we are the manufacturing hub of the world. For many people who know, this little chip controls our life. It's in your phones. It's in every piece of equipment that we use. And right now, 90% of them are made overseas. So we want to bring that manufacturing capability back home. That's not just about creating high-paying jobs. It's about our national security, and it's about regrowing communities that have been left out for such a long time. And so the announcement yesterday by the secretary, which is a notice of funding opportunity, $50 billion will be invested in industries that actually bring these jobs back to America and make sure that we're in control of our supply chains and our national security. So it's critically important, and it's important to the president's overall mission to create jobs. He's already created 12.1 million, which is more than most presidents have done in 4 years of their term, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, and this is a major step in the direction to making it even better.
Mitch, I want to ask you about something that a lot of people are talking about right now, which is childcare. As part of the implementation, companies will need to provide childcare for new employees. I'm wondering if you're concerned there in the Biden administration that Congress will object to you putting new conditions in place after the terms of the legislation was already agreed upon.
No, I don't think so. One of the jobs is, after Congress passes a bill, to actually get it done. And when you go out there and you try to get stuff done, the thing that everybody says we need is workers in the workforce. The number one issue, especially for women in America, in order to be able to get into the workforce, is childcare. So childcare in many ways is infrastructure. Diversity is a strength in this country. Making sure that everybody has a chance to participate is critically important. And we collectively, in the public sector and the private sector, won't be able to get this done unless we can actually get people into the workforce and give them the things they need, A, to get there, and B, to take care of their families while they're actually creating those manufacturing jobs that are going to help build generational wealth in the country.
Well, it certainly is a huge issue, and it's good to see that the administration is willing to go forward on one of those promises.
And just switching gears for a moment to the East Palestine issue, we know Norfolk Southern CEO has agreed to testify before the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee next week. But this administration is facing criticism for its, what critics call, slow response to the derailment, the assurance from the EPA that the water is safe and folks there are still getting sick. What is the White House doing right now to answer those critics?
Well, a couple of things to stay focused on. First of all, Norfolk Southern is responsible for this devastating train crash that is threatening these people's lives. And the president and everybody here is going to make sure that they're held accountable and that they restore that community in a whole way. On top of that, EPA was on the ground within hours, and they have been there since. So has FEMA. Of course, the Department of Transportation has been there. The NTSB, which is an independent agency, has been on the ground from the beginning. We have teams on the ground as we speak, knocking on doors, making sure that the air quality is where it needs to be. And the EPA will hold Norfolk Southern and anybody else who's responsible to make sure that they make this community whole. I'm told that there's going to also be legislation on the Hill that's being proposed. We're going to work through that. But at the end of the day, no community should be unsafe for rail cars like this coursing through their neighborhoods, tipping over, and actually causing health problems and health scares the way this has.
So then can you assure the residents in East Palestine that their lives will be put back to normal?
Well, there's no question that the president's going to hold Norfolk Southern accountable, and we have to make sure that they're made whole. This is primarily their responsibility. We're going to make sure that they do what they can do. I think the president is going to call on Congress to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and I know there'll be legislation to deal with that soon, I'm told.
And of course, we're an open invite to you to join us anytime here on CBS News to discuss updates on all those stories and more.
It's great being with you. Thank you so much.
Mitch
Thank you.
Landrieu, thank you for your time today.